Welcome back, everybody. Rudy with Alpha Investments. Hey guys, it's Jake from MTG Tonight. I want to sit down and talk about how the first few episodes have gone so far. I've gotten to do some really cool stuff with some cool people so far. And when I went to GP Portland, there were a couple of people who actually came up to me and said, "Hey, I love what you do," and were incredibly kind. And at 411 subscribers, you know, I feel really good. One thing that the YouTube analytics have shown me is that the videos lately have gotten less views, but they've maintained the same watch time, which means that less people are watching more of it. And that's what I care about the most. This is all about creating the best show for whatever group of people will love it. And I feel like we've gotten to do that so far, and we're going to continue doing that. We've done 5 episodes so far, which represents 12 different shoots. Yes, 12. That means for every shoot, we're producing less than 1 episode. That drives me nuts. I hate that. I love getting stuff done, getting it out the door, and moving on to the next thing, and with so many moving parts for just 1 episode. So the thing that I'm going to change is we're going to try a couple episodes without live music, and we will be bringing in live music for certain programs and stuff like that when a great opportunity arises with an awesome group or something like that. But to make these easier and to make more of them, I need to be making at least 1 episode per shoot. So it's not like music is totally eliminated from the show. I will be bringing it back here and there for awesome acts, and there are still plenty out there. It's to the point where if I reach a deadline where, like today, there's no musical act, and I need to, on the show, say, and musical guest is, I don't know. That means we have to set up the whole thing again later on after the fact to pick up whoever that's going to be. Not only is that too fake for me, it's exhausting. And, you know, this isn't my full-time job. I don't think I ever want it to be because I love my full-time job. But there are better ways to accomplish the same effect. I'm always open to new suggestions and ideas and making this better and making it easier. All that really matters to me is that we're putting on a good show for those of you out there who do love it. And there are some of you who've reached out and, you know, have been incredibly enthusiastic, and it means a lot to me. I think one of my biggest fears is building a ship in the basement to where this thing has so many moving parts that I can't get myself out of it. And just to make a show, we need to build the set and do all these things and book a musical guest and book a regular guest and figure out who's going to be the crew and stuff like that. Because how the crew usually works is I have a 4-person group chat and I say, hey, can anyone do a show on this day, which is every other Friday? And then those who can get back to me, and those who can't, you know, say I'll see you the next time and stuff. So to cut down on a massive amount of production time, I feel like this change is going to be great for everyone. Not only am I going to be able to make a better show more often, I can make in-between videos. On those days that I would go to a band's practice space with the backdrops and the cameras and all that other stuff and spend 4 hours shooting, turn on this sound device, turn on the camera, sit down and have some time with you and create a whole other video. That one shoot day that would have been just a very small part of MTG Tonight can now become its own video. Another bit of good news is I'm working on a live action intro. Hopefully you'll be able to see that in the very next episode of MTG Tonight. I've had this in my mind for a long time, ever since the beginning. Now, part of my sign off is if you like what I do, subscribe on YouTube. If you love what I do, support on Patreon. You don't have to support me on Patreon. It's just one of those things where I thought, let's leave it open. If anyone wants to help me out when I have to make purchases like this, or even the camera that I'm recording on right now, if they want to help out in the smallest little bit, I appreciate it. But this is not meant to replace my day job. I will probably never replace my day job because I love it with my whole heart. This show is just something that I personally need to do. I think passionate's the wrong word. It's more of a need. Like, I need to make this show. And I'm going to do it regardless of how much money comes through the Patreon. If I ever get a sponsorship from some single card dealer or anything like that, I'm doing it because I love it. And I love you guys. I love talking with you guys. Follow me on Twitter at JakeBossMTG. That's where I do all of my personal stuff. Follow the show on Twitter if you don't care about my personal stuff. I'm glad that we sat down finally and had this one-to-one conversation. So thank you so much for watching. Yada yada, subscribe, YouTube stuff. Here's my phone number. There's my personal address. Come to my house. I've arrived at the end of this video, so that means it's the end of my drive to work. So instead of talking magic, it's time for me to be making magic. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.